Everybody, Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at an interesting sub EZA. I wasn't really going to do this showcase, but this guy is really odd, but also kind of good at the same time. So I wanted to take time to look here at the Fizz Super KAIOKEN Goku Angel from the Other World Tournament arc. We got this guy, Max Links, rainbow status, and honestly, right, like this dude is one of our oldest units that we ever acquired. You guys can see here, right there in the fourth row, right? He's one of the earliest units we've pulled in this game, and he's one of the oldest units up to this point released that didn't have an EZA. So kind of interesting that we finally did get him. So we're going to go over the full unit guide for this guy, just like every other showcase that we've been doing recently. You guys seem to really appreciate these, and I do appreciate the support from all of you guys who are tuning in. So for this video, we're going to do a quick unit overview. We're going to take a look at some of the best teams and link partners to run with this guy and his best hidden potential, along with a few good stages to run him in, and end things off with our showcase. So let's start by taking a look at what the unit is doing here. So we have him EZA'd here, and now that he's EZA'd, he's got key 4, attack defense 200%. He has a high chance of evading enemies' attack, randomly changes in key spheres 2 key spheres of another type. When receiving an attack, he survives a KO attack once within a turn. When HP is 80% or more, he gets defense 100%. When HP is 80% or less, he changes Fizz to STR key spheres. And when attacking with 12 or more key, he gets attack and defense 100%, and an additional attack and defense 50% when HP is 80% or less. With STR Fizz key spheres obtained, he will launch 2 additional super attacks. For every STR Fizz key sphere obtained, he gets an additional 40% attack per key sphere and chance for one critical hit per key sphere. With AGL Tech or Int, we'll get guard and 20% attack per key sphere and chance of evading enemies attack 5% per key sphere. So honestly, pretty good. You can choose to go the more offensive route with him or the more defensive route with him. And on his super attack effects, right, depending on how many orbs we get, determines how strong this massively raise attack is going to be, right? Remember, massively raise is 100% raise. So that is the unit itself. So honestly, he does look pretty good. So let's take a look here at some of the best teams to run him on. So I have here just a couple different teams to set up here for him. So he actually, I mean, by very nature of being a KAIOKEN Goku, he's still kind of considered a Super Saiyan Goku. So he has a lot of the same links as your typical Goku allies, right? He links well with Super Saiyan Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohans, and others. So this makes him a perfect candidate for the Fizz Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's full power team. This is a great team for battle-hardened formidable foes, and he will slot right in there very well with that survive KO mechanic. So that's definitely one team you can run him on in shorter content. For longer content setups, you can run him under the 220% for the Tech Goku. He slides right into that team, and there's all sorts of billion different ways you can set up this team, but one team that I like to run for this is, of course, one rotation with the Goku and Vegeta, and then one rotation with this guy and the gods, and then because he does link well with them, and then, you know, 2 floating support type units, whoever you choose them to be. Another good one is a team under the AGL Gogeta, which focuses primarily on the utilization of the 7-year fusions. He makes an excellent floating support and or orb changer for the team if you need it, depending on the rotation. So it's very, very helpful on that team. Again, that survive KO mechanic, while not super crazy, is very useful. It could be one of those things too, because of the HP. Like the gods, for example, they're right when we get them transformed, right? Their active skill can be used if you're facing one enemy who's 50% or less, or your own HP is 50% or less. So imagine this guy gets tapped and survives the KO, because he will, and then the next turn, because you now have a full enemy boss HP for whatever reason, or you're not quite 50%, he's probably going to have taken the damage to drop you below, and then now you can pop something like these guys' active skill, which would be very, very helpful. There's definitely some tech and some play there for it. So he works really well on these teams. He's on a ton of other teams. He's on Glorio's team, and a few other recent meta teams that could be utilized in pretty much everything, every new event we got. So the next thing we want to talk about here is link partners, right? So of course we have our Dokkan FYI back up here now today, so we can take a look. I do like to use this website for monitoring and managing link partners for units, so I always like to come here. So if we scroll all the way down here, we can see the link partner table that they have. He shares 6 links with the Super Saiyan Blue KAIOKEN Goku. Now I mean, with the direction that this the celebration has taken, it's not out of the realm of possibility that this guy gets a Super EZA now, and they would make great partners depending on what this guy ends up doing. Otherwise, he shares 5 links with the Super Saiyan Gohans, right? So that's very, very useful. He shares 4 links with basically all of the main culprit units that you would find on a team, right? Daima Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Surprisingly, the new STR Pikkon, although I don't know that you're running a rotation with them together. He's got 4 links with the Goku Gohan, 4 links with the Gods, 4 links with the 4s, 4 links with Goku on the Goku Frieza side, Gogeta, STR Gogeta, right? Tech Vegito, AGL Gogeta, right? He's linking well with some of the best units in the game, meaning this makes him the perfect 3rd slot floater for your teams, right? Because of how well he links and synergizes with everybody else, which is really surprising. You wouldn't expect that from a KAIOKEN Goku, but he does, which is really, really crazy here. So before we hop into the hidden potential, I actually did want to take a minute to show you guys a few of the good stages he can run in. Again, because of the survive KO mechanic, and it would basically allow him to proc superclass revives, because a lot of them are based on HP very easily. Like, you think your AGL UI, for example, this makes him a great addition to a team for taking down battle-hardened formidable foes, for stalling for turns and whatnot, which is kind of what you want, right? Basically, the way this stage works, you often find yourself stalling until you can transform your main units. He helps with that. Otherwise, he's really good in the red zones. Pretty much any ones where he can actually dodge. I mean, dodge canceling ones are kind of rough, but even then, like against the int phase of the Jiren here, which cancels the int phase of the Jiren, which doesn't cancel dodge, you're going to, he's going to do really well there. And then the AGL Jiren, while he is dodge canceled there, he can still survive the normals and can let you continue on to whatever you need to do in the next rotation. Same goes for the STR Jiren here in the Vegeta's red zone. So honestly, he's pretty good in pretty much all of the main content except for Festival of Battles, and that's just because he's not going to be able to hit the numbers necessary to keep himself relevant. And with the survive KO mechanic, that could actually be a detriment to the way you're running your team for Festival of Battles. That could actually cause more problems than it does help. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and switch back into the game, and let's sort of take a look at the hidden potential that we have set up for this guy. That is our next task here. So let's scroll on over here to our character. Let's set up our team here real quick. Alright, so for his hidden potential, I actually did end up going the dodge route, since that is kind of his main role. With the nuking status, he doesn't need crit, because if you're going for his offense, then he's going to get more than enough crit on orc pickup. And I wanted to give him a little bit of additional supers to be able to take advantage of at least one of those massively stacks. But I do think the dodge helps him more once you proc that survive KO because he has to live from then on. So from that, I think we're ready to jump on into the showcase. So we're going to go ahead and do the Resurrection of F Frieza stage for the Vegeta story. So let's go ahead and let's hop on in here. Alright, so we do have him on the next rotation, so we're going to have to float off our gods here, but that's okay. They're going to be the rotation here. So this is the team we've got set up. So let's do this. Let's get Daima Goku some dodges in there. Let's grab that. Perfect. Okay, we actually got a decent setup here, and so we'll get him on the next rotation. There we go. Daima Goku does get his dodge here. Perfect. Yeah, so my only problem I feel like I'm going to have here is getting, we got to get AGL Gogeta back onto this rotation, and he started on the same rotation with the KAIOKEN Goku, so that could definitely end up being a problem, but I think we can stall out enough to make it happen. Yeah, especially because Whis is kind of a, you know, he's kind of a bullet sponge here. He's not going to take that much damage. There we go. Well, after he gets the 7 attacks, you know, then it's going to be a problem, which I think, yeah, okay, we just got, I think that was 7 right there. Alright, look at the gods go. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to float off the AGL Gogeta. That's the plan here. Alright, and this is going to give us 6 key spheres with this guy here. So we're going to keep him on rotation. So let's see what happens when he attacks here. Alright, good. So go. Oh, there goes the super on Goku. Does he seal? I think he seals. Oh, jeez. No, he doesn't. Attack lower, though. That's probably okay, right? Not bad. 22 million off the start when we only got 6 key spheres there. And we get an additional super for 24. Honestly, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And there's that critical hit. We actually parked the triple super, jump up to 27. So you see how big that jump is, right? For the there we go, and we get the dodge. You can see how big that jump is for him. That's really, really good. All right, we get an additional super out of AGL Gogeta. Yeah, so like I said, to stall, we gotta stall until we get Gogeta back. Maybe we just rotate him back over there. He is gonna, maybe that. Well, I don't know. That's right. I forgot this dude can super twice, but I mean that's okay. He should be fine here. Alright, let's pop the giant form here, right? The sooner we get that out, the better it is off for us. Okay, we'll try to avoid some key spheres here if we can. There we go, perfect. Like I said, the more we can stall so we can set up, I want to set up the AGL Gogeta turn next to the gods. So, because that's kind of going to be his best turn for us. Alright, we get another super with the giant ape. Perfect. Okay, so we didn't end up doing that much damage here. Alrighty. Excellent. So that actually worked out really nice for us. Let's see here. I say for now, right, we let Daima Goku get his attacks in, right? Yeah, let's do that. And then let this guy get his stack. Right, as much as I would love, let's see if I want to see if I could stall one more time here. Right, which is the other reason I'm putting Daima Goku in slot 1, so he can't get the additional super. Like, I'd like to stall one more turn, so that way the gods can get a little bit of build-up for being floated off before we hop into the Frieza. I mean, Frieza's not too bad for the first couple of turns until we deal the damage to him. There we go, we dodged the super. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world if we kill here, but obviously it would be best if we could stall a little bit here. Goku's definitely going to launch some extra supers since he's slot 3. But since it is his first appearance, it's probably not going to do enough to kill. So this is good. This is definitely good. Wasn't expecting the triple super, though. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, and now we can stick the gods in front here. So let's let them get their build up here. Gonna have to take it. So just so you guys can see, right, what the comparison is. So 9 key spheres here obtained. He's not going to attack this turn. We could let him attack, but we do need to get some attack out of the gods. But you can see how much the jump up is on the attack. He's not going to be the greatest defensively, right? We've already established that. His main thing is going to be that big offensive turn if we can set it up. The defense is just going to be kind of more there, right? Because that is with guard. It's going to be more there to just kind of help him survive the normals in the 3rd slot. So we are keeping him on rotation because this is a showcase, but normally he would be floating and it would be a complete non-issue for, you know, for the most part. Like, you wouldn't have to be so worried about him as often. There we go. Look at the gods go. Alright, this is definitely what we need out of these guys, especially since they're only on the 170 here. Okay, they even left that. They were even kind enough to leave us an attack here. So 16 million. Obviously, that makes sense since we got AGL keys here, so this is our more defensive turn. Alright, but it still is enough to take down the Wii. So this now brings us into the fun stage. So we got to rotate off our Gogeta, right? Now, he doesn't... I don't think he supers right now, right? So, but his normals are like 1.8 million. So, I don't know if we have enough here to... Yeah. Alright, let's put Daima Goku in front. Alright, is that the best we're gonna do? Yeah, it looks like that's the best we're gonna get here. Alright, and then I guess we take that. Okay, it just because I don't think Forku's quite ready to go slot 1. I think what we'll do is we'll use the Usher the next turn to set up the double super with Daima and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That's the plan here. There we go. Look at Daima Goku taking 1.8 million normals. Right, because, I mean, yeah, ideally what I want is Super Saiyan 4 Goku to attack first, Daima Goku to attack in slot 2, and then we go from there. Yeah, it's a shame he isn't on Earth Protecting Heroes, too, because if he was on Earth Protecting Heroes, he would be getting supported from Vegito, but unfortunately he's not. Because I think he Vegito supports Potara in Earth Protecting Heroes, if I'm not mistaken. We can actually double check on that. Alright, so yeah, let's actually take a look at that real quick. I just want to double check. So when here he is yeah, Earth Protecting Heroes of Tara. That's what I thought. Okay, so let's oh wow, okay, not a good setup here for the key spheres, and that does have me a little worried. What if we grab yeah, there's okay. He changed all the wrong orbs. Okay, so what if we do this? This would give us 6 here. That's going to be our best bet. Okay, remember, we do have that survive KO mechanic. Goku, alright, let's swap Goku into Vegeta here. For the extra defense. Yeah, okay, and let's do that. There we go, nice job. And again, I don't think he supers till we drop him below 50%. So we don't think we have to worry, really. There we go. Shame we couldn't get a bigger build off the gods, but, you know, this is a really bad setup there, but, I mean, in terms of offense, we should be a little bit better this turn. We did get 6 key spheres, and we saw that that gave us, okay, not as much. Well, then again, okay, we're also not being supported this turn. So, you know, there's that. Okay, not bad. We'll still take the 20, though. Okay, close enough. Yep, there goes the survive. Okay, so we decided we just weren't gonna dodge anymore. So that's a shame. Hang on. Alrighty, so we went ahead and reloaded the stage here, and we got ourselves up into a position where we can have the setup that we wanted here. So we're actually going to turn our animations back on. So the goal here, right, we can see the key spheres. Unfortunately, we didn't... We're going to have to take the tech key spheres, because we did not change the STR key spheres that we wanted, but is what it is. So let's go ahead, let's bring out the gods here.
Let's do this, Vegeta! Damn you! This is a power greater than that of a Super Saiyan God! I'm going to have fun destroying you!
Alright, so I'm not going to use their active skill. Alright, we're going to save that. So let's do... Okay, so we're going to... So right now he's got 4 links active, right? So let's see. Okay, actually this might set us up good if we do this right. Let's put them in front here. Okay, there we go. We can get 9. Okay. Alright, so let's take 9 with him. Okay, so 9 key spheres. And then let's pop this. Alright, and let's pop their active skill here.
This is the greatest fusion of all! I'm gonna send you back to hell!
Perfect. Okay. So we can see here, I mean, that's pretty high attack stat on him for what he is, right? So let's just grab that. And let's see if we can actually launch an attack out of him. Hopefully the gods do get their dodge. Perfect. Alright, now I just gotta kind of hope they don't kill here. Alright, they got 50 million. It did say 50 million, right? Okay, yeah, alright, they shouldn't kill. And so if KAIOKEN Goku doesn't dodge and dies here, that's fine. That's, you know, we'll be okay. But he might kill. There's 40 million on this one, nice. Okay, slow it down just a little bit, guys. Give some room for KAIOKEN Goku. There we go, perfect. Okay, so we will get a super out of him with 9 key spheres. So let's see, what does that give us? 30 million. I mean, not bad. This is at 10 million lower than the gods here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, 34 on the second. Okay, that means the third should be up to 40. If we get the third. We do 37. Close enough. Alright, so, I mean, honestly, for what he is, like, a sub-EZA, and a really, really old one, right? We've noticed that, and we get the KO with him, nice. Right, we have noticed that, like, these older sub-EZAs, like, they tend to not be as good because their stats were so low, and their base passives were just so very basic. It was so hard for them to modernize them, for a lot of these older banner units, but it ended up working. Right, this guy, like, again, not a whole lot on the defensive side, but it's obviously by design, right? But the offense, right, is there, and then you have that survive KO mechanic, and then the realistic situation with him is, like, he's not going to be on rotation like he was here, right? More often than not, he's going to be off rotation, because he's your third slot floater, rolling into the next turn where you're either going to heal, you're going to transform, you're going to do something to gain back the HP that is lost from him. And I mean, personally, I just like the play. Like, if you know you're going to be safe, go for the offense, right? Set it up so he can go for the offense on the turn. Or if you know that, hey, there's a couple more attacks there that I'm a little more comfortable with, like how we saw earlier, then go for the more defensive route and grab like the AGL, the Ent, or the Tech Key Spheres, right? It's also very dependent on how the game lands the key spheres. Like you saw how before we transformed the gods, we didn't have the best key setup, but thankfully the rainbow orbs helped us out. So guys, that is it for the video. That is the unit guide for the Super KAIOKEN Goku. In this video, we covered a unit overview, his best teams, his best link partners, and the best stages to use him, as well as his hidden potential. So if you guys like this video, if you guys like this definitive unit guides, let us know in the comments down below, and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if nothing else, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.